In this tutorial, I will demonstrate how to create a workflow in Flowmingo. First, we'll add a new workflow template. We'll give it a name. Now down here we have a few options. A user can change the name of a workflow. This basically allows you to add a particular name to the workflow every time it's instantiated. So like for example, we could give, every time we kick off one of these workflows, we could give it the name of the party that's creating the new home loan. Next option, allow user to enter a tracking number. This is if you have any internal systems that you want to line up with this particular flow. And then allow users to delay the start of a workflow. I'm going to go ahead and check all of these, and then we'll save. This brings us into the designer, and this is where we create our actual workflow. We have the ability to add tasks, decision nodes, end nodes, and we can change those details that we just entered before coming here. So we'll create a task. Let's make sure that the loan application is correct. So we give it a title and we give it a description of what it is, and we can indicate how long this task should take in both hours or days. We'll leave it at 1 day. We can also declare it a milestone task. Inside of Flowmingo, we allow you to have a view where you can see milestone tasks exclusively. So if you have key tasks in a workflow and you just want to see when those are done, you would check that if this is one of those key tasks. If it's something that's quick and should be done the same day and you don't really want to track the time component, you can just check the sometime today option, and it'll be less time sensitive. Then you want to assign whose job it is to do this task. So you assign who would do that task, and then you save. And now we've created that task. And we can move that task around, and we have some options. This allows us to connect it to other tasks. We can click here and change that information that we just entered. Or we can click on the X and delete this task if we made a mistake or don't need that task any longer. And then we can also add decision nodes. Here, for example, we'll say we'll check on their credit score. And this will be what we get prompted for when we get to that point in the task where we're executing this task. So in this case, we'd want to say something like credit score OK? Question mark. And then how long it should take to check all this. Let's say that this one takes 2 days to get done, and we consider this a milestone task. And we'll let Tom do this one. And we save. So now we have that. We can go from verifying the loan application. So we click and we drag and we highlight the next action. So now these two are linked together and they will happen in order. We'll verify the loan application first, then we'll check the credit score. Then we have end nodes. Once we reach an end node, then the task is over, or the flow would be ended. So let's say that their credit score doesn't pass. At that point, you see how I clicked on the N and I connected that to the end node. If their credit score did not pass, then that would be we would end this this workflow. But in our case, let's add another task for the we're going to assume that they are able to meet the credit score thing. So we're going to schedule closing. So we'll add a task for that. Now obviously this is greatly simplified. It's really just trying to give you a feel for how to create these workflows. All right. You can also assign multiple people as well to carry a task, and either one of them can then work it. All right. All you do is click on the object and hold it down and to move it. You can also do the same thing with the screen itself. So now we've scheduled the closing, and let's go ahead and then conduct the closing. All right. And we'll connect those two together. As you can see, it also indicates the, so green indicates the first task in the workflow, and red indicates the ending task. Now, you notice we have this option to publish this workflow, which would make it active, but it's grayed out right now. And it's grayed out because we haven't put an end node at every ending point. So it says all tasks must be covered by an end node. So we need to add one more end node. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we can put that right here and connect the closing to this. And there we go. And now we have our publish this workflow, and we can go ahead and click on that. And now we've successfully created our first workflow.